Hello everybody, Mr. Pilgrim here coming at you with the 7th video in our Platinum Trophy Guide for Resident Evil 5 for the PS3 and PS5, or PS3 and PS4. I was about to say PS5. In the last video, we'd gone through and completed the game on normal, showing you how to easily beat the last couple of bosses. Now, we're going to go into details about how to play through the remaining bits of the game. So you will have to do a New Game Plus, or you can do Chapter Select, but you will have to beat the game on Veteran first, and that will unlock Professional Mode, and then you will have to play through Professional Mode. A bit annoying, I understand, but one thing that you can do to actually make the game a lot easier is if you fully upgrade your S&W M5000, which, if you are doing what I'm about to show you, is the grinding method for getting the best amount of money, then you will easily have everything that you'll need to do this. But once you have this weapon fully upgraded, what you'll then want to do is you can then also make sure that you're going back and beating any chapters that you want as fast as you can. So now we can remove whatever it is that we aren't going to be using. So the main thing that I'm going to make sure I have is my RPG and my Magnum. So from here you can do the same thing for Sheva, except she is only going to get the first Magnum of the game, the S&W M29. So you'll give that to Sheva, and that will basically be her weapon for the game. So now you can play on Veteran mode and have infinite ammo enabled. So that will allow you to basically kill everything as basically one-shotting everything. Downside is single shots, but that shouldn't be so bad. So now you can go to bonus features, scroll all the way down, and then you'll need to find, as you'll see right here, the S&W M500, and then you'll also want to purchase the S&W M29. Doing this, basically, yes, you will have to grind a little bit more for points for the all of the action figures and stuff like that, but in doing so, it makes your playthroughs a lot easier, especially as you'll see for Veteran mode. So what you are mainly trying to do overall is, as you're playing through, you want to make sure that you reduce your overall playtime or your total playtime to below 4 hours. If you can do that, then you will easily get the infinite RPG. That is how you get the infinite RPG, is just by beating the game in under 4 hours. So by going and replaying levels as fast as you can, especially with having infinite ammo, then you can easily do that. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the last couple of things, and that is going to be how do you grind for money. So if you go to the marshlands, as you'll see right here, free one, you'll just hit infinite ammo, yes, continue, or whatever it is that you're going to do. As you'll load into the game, I'll show you exactly how it goes. So what you can do is you can simply just go like this, grab this beetle, come over here, and grab this gem, rinse, repeat. Just all you'll do is you'll quit game, save again, and then when you go back to the main menu, you'll just hit continue, rinse, repeat. Or if you really want to, what you can do is from here, you can go on to the boat, and then we can grab 2 more or 3 more objects. Yes, it does take a little bit more time, but in the long run, I believe it's worth it. So you'll basically just come right into here, come into this middle island. You'll run into the hut, grab the treasure inside. You'll then come over here to this pole, and that will have your second beetle. And then if you really want to, you can go to the third area and grab 1 more beetle for another 1,000. So from here you'll immediately just hold hard left and go to the boat that has the free rocket launcher on it. And then right here will be your third beetle. So then what you'll do is simply just quit game and then hit yes both times, and that will save the game. So then you can simply just hit continue, and then you'll load right back up at the start with everything reloaded. So all the treasures and stuff like that will come right back. Like I said, you can either just grab the first two, save and requit. That's roughly 2,000 right there in a couple of minutes, rinsing, repeating that as much as you want. Or you can do the little bit longer method, which will give you more. As you see, you'll come over to item management, and in total you will get 2,000, 5,000, roughly 6,000 to run. Not too bad. Or you can also grab some other things. It is really just up to you what you would like to do. But you will, I believe it is special settings, will need to activate the infinite ammo. And in doing so will then allow you to actually have infinite ammo. So going in. So now the next thing I'd like to talk about is probably going to be like one of the last few things to talk about, is the last remaining treasure that I'm sure most of you are wondering about. I did mention the one on the boat, and now the last one will be actually at the very start of chapter 1.1. I'm going to skip to that now just so you can see what it is. Alright, so after your first zombie in chapter 1.1, you'll have this cutscene where all the zombies are running at you. So what you actually have to do is, one of these enemies actually has the treasure, and you'll just need to go through and take them all out. And eventually, once you do that, you should then be able to just save and quit, and that will get you the trophy for getting all of the treasure. Or if you did how I did in chapter 6.1 and you missed that treasure, you can always replay through that and do the same thing. But this time, don't destroy the guy who will drop the cage on the crane. You'll just shoot the one enemy who will drop the treasure, and that's it. You'll then need to proceed on kill all of the enemies that come out of those crates while Sheva is trapped in the cage, and that will allow you to then swing around and get the treasure. As you can see, having infinite ammo on the most powerful single shot weapon in the game is doing wonders. And then while you're playing through veteran mode, try and get all of the remaining, or try and get all of the treasures all over again, as you're going to need a lot of money to fully upgrade everything. Now, another 3 trophies that you're going to want to do, or 4 depending on if you haven't already done it, is you will need to at least defeat 5 enemies with your knife, so your actual standard knife. Best way to do that would be to have Sheva not have any weapons or ammo. Use your pistol or whatever that you have, and just get them onto the ground and then start knifing them. You only need to do 5. The next one, you're going to need to do 30, and that is with the cattle prod. So eventually there's going to be less and less of these. I do believe it is the enemy that has the dynamite. So like I said, once you do that, you can then save and quit the game, and hopefully that should be your last treasure. I'm now going to show a clip of me getting the one treasure from chapter 6.1. So yeah. Actually, I might as well should just show the gameplay of me going through and showing you what it looks like.
No, using a ship like this would give away the
So as you're going through, you know, standard stuff, you'll see we basically take all the enemies out fairly easily. Both you and Sheva are now just a walking team of destruction and death. Can still get hit and take damage. But the other two weapon-related trophies are for the two unique weapons that you can get, one for Sheva and one for Chris. One of them is basically the Gatling gun, and the other one is the bow and arrow. The best way to do that would just be to replay the first chapter and kill all the enemies in the alley, and then as well as that, kill the enemies during the giant ambush. As you can see, infinite ammo makes the game cakewalk. One-shotting even the toughest of enemies. I do believe you can also use this on most bosses too, so that is nice. Now along the way you will also need to have gotten the trophy for saving Sheva 10 times, and then also saving her 10 times from the dying state completely. That one might not be that hard if you go in like professional mode and then just let her, you just buy a bunch of first aid kits, then, or first aid spray, and then you just willingly let her die, But that should be 4 trophies for 4 unique weapons. As you'll see, that treasure is back right there. This time, of course, the guys up top on the crane haven't been killed, so they can drop the cage onto Sheva, so then I will be able to kill the enemies and get the card. So she should just run. Yep, that'll be the cutscene. Now you should be able to just do that. Eventually, one of these enemies will have the key card. Of course, Sheva having the ability to watch your back is also really nice. I believe this is the enemy that has the key card. There we go. So now, as you'll see, that would be how you would know if the BSA emblem was in that container if you didn't already know it. So now we should be able to come right here, grab this, and that should be the last treasure in the game that is really out of the way, and that will get you the They Belong in a Museum trophy. So now I'm just going to go back, and then, like I said, the last few things you should have to do is just to beat the game on Veteran, beat the game on Professional. Basically, the Gatling gun and the bow items are really good for just having in general. The Gatling gun can help take out waves of enemies very quickly, and the bow will be really good for Sheva. You will have to play as Sheva to get the trophy for getting the 50 kills with the bow. Like I said, Cattle Prod is a little bit annoying as it's a melee weapon, but if you bring enough healing items, you should be okay. And then the last thing that you have to do is to get all of the weapons, which will be to upgrade all the other weapons in the game. The starting weapons unlock those weapons, of course. And then the last trophy, which you'll probably have, is to upgrade every single weapon in the game. That is probably the most tedious thing that you'll have to do. But as always, this has been Mr. Pilgrim. Do hope that these have been helpful or informative, and I will see you all in the next one.